welcome to another episode. It is December, and you know what that means. The Christmas outfit is on, and I decided to go for a very easy episode today. If you have noticed, we are still starting off inside of here as always, and why is that? Well, I have not a particular project to do today because the project that I am recording a little bit in the background for the Christmas episode, because as it would have it, Christmas or the 24th at least is on a Sunday today. So I decided, well, I am used to posting on Sundays right now, and it is every second weekend. So I decided to go for actually trying to get a very easy episode today and try and focus on that episode instead, since it is the Christmas themed episode, so to speak. I've only had one of those before in my three seasons that I have. I made a Christmas tree in season 1. So today I decided to go for a little bit of what should I say, show and tell or something like that, because since we are working on background stuff, I decided to go for showing you what I have been working on. Mostly around the base, but also other stuff that we have going on that I haven't actually shown much of inside my videos, since they either don't make a good content or they are too short to make actual content out of, something like that. So, to start with, we're actually going to start off inside the garden here, which is very far from our Christmas themed things that we should have in December, but yeah. So, if you remember correctly, guys, you know that I had these plantations or something like that around to here. And then we had a sort of, edge here going into the ravine. And that ravine is, of course, still there. I'm going to show you that I have just planted a little bit of grass around here on top of, and where I have the concrete powder, I of course have a layer of dirt underneath it, so nothing falls down. But I decided to extend our gardens here a little bit, mostly to get a bit of symmetry inside of here. So we have each and every one of these garden beds are exactly the same on both sides, but also to actually extend it so we get a natural pathway. So I went with making it all continue on with the same pattern with the bushes and everything around to this point here, where we have the village and the UFO creeper farm in the background. After that, I needed to fill this whole space up because it was very, very bland and very flat around here. So I went with, since at that time I had the sniffer farm going and everything like that, I decided to go for the new flowers with a little bit of other greenery inside of here, but also some trees, so we did get a little bit of height to everything. So these are some custom trees that I made using azalea leaves, and I also put in some lights that should be frog lights, and I think that maybe they can be thought of something else, but right now they are just light inside of here, so nothing can spawn. It is completely spawn proof around this whole base. And then just around this I decided to extend a little bit of the dark oak forest and mix it in with these azalea leaves, so these trees make a little bit more sense since they are of the same tree type, and then of course extend it so it looks very nice. From an above view it looks rather good, I think, as well. A little bit of a natural feeling. We have this very strict line going here with sort of borders my whole garden area, but I really like it, and I have found myself in use of a lot of this stuff and have made them. You know of the basement, and you know of the areas that I have up above here, because those I have shown on camera, but I very rarely go inside these doors. I have the same type of door on the other side. That's because this is going to be my maintenance area, where I have all sorts of different little farms. This is a part I use very much when I need to troubleshoot the sorting system, because sometimes I make mistakes and it gets a little bit wonky in here. So very early on I decided to go for having these doors here so I could easily get behind just to get to the sorting system. But after that I also extended it out, so I have these pathways that leads everywhere. We're using some of the natural pathways that the farm makes or the sorting system makes. But then well, I decided to have a lot of space in here, so I've put it down some farms and some other utility stuff that I want to have inside the base, but not inside the base, if you know what I mean. So, for example, we have not everything outside, since I want to use the big hallway as it is pretty empty, and I don't want to fill it with a lot of stuff because it just gets messy. So I don't know if I have shown you this guy, but this is a design by Pixlriffs. If you want to check that out, I'm going to leave a link in the description for this video, or with all of the farms actually that I have not made myself. But this is a moss farm that I have did have in my old base over at the Deep Slate Caves, and I just decided to build a similar one here. And down below that we also have some manual stuff for getting, because I get a lot of moss and other stuff from this, so I use it to get, create bone meal. On this platform here we just have a concrete converter, very easy design. I think I've seen it in an old video or somewhere, don't remember where exactly, but if you guys know where I can find it again, I'm really happy about it. But yeah, this is a very much easy way to just convert concrete powder into the actual concrete. So you just put concrete here, you have pickaxe in one hand and concrete in the off hand. This system here puts out the concrete, and then you just here, and that's is what everything does. Not everything is collected though, and some of it gets thrown out here, and I have to go back and get everything like that. And then we have on this side two of the newer additions to this farm. I have one cactus farm that we have cactus here because I'm in really big needs of green dye sometimes. And then we have a sugarcane farm as well, just built around, I think it was yesterday or the day before that when this was recorded. But yeah, we have this here, and or of course we have also collection system up here, so I don't have to go down into the floor. I've just recently emptied out, so they are not that big of a deal here. So yeah, that's the behind scenes of this area and that area. Much stuff has happened, as I've said. Not everything is recorded, and I find it to be really nice, I think, actually, going a little bit behind here, but it is that sort of episode, I think, where I can ramble a little bit about the whole thing. And yeah, sometimes some stuff just I don't need to show it on camera and everything. I don't feel like that, and it's very nice to sometimes do projects inside of this world where I don't need to show everything. I don't need to think about, oh, where should I need to for example stop and try and get the recording started or something like that. So yeah, everything like that is nice to actually have sometimes. Okay, so before we continue, I need to eat, and also need to wait for the sun to set. Okay, so for the next part of our tour or something, I don't know what to call it really, we are going to go through the gardens here, and we're going to go back to a project that I have shown on camera, but I want to sort of, yeah, both extend the episode a little bit so it's not that short, and also because I want to show you guys a little bit of how everything like works down here. So here we have the copper converter, here we have the whole box filled with blocks of copper, and I only have them in these 12 stacks, so it's much easier to know. Right now I don't want to wait either I want to wait for the two units that are yet to be done, and I want to check how this looks. Okay, oh there, this doesn't happen often, but as you can see, this has been converted, but we still have one shovel inside of here. So I have to manually actually press this, and it turns on the whole farm. And I think that this is the same thing with maybe this one. Maybe. we'll see. Sometimes the update on the blocks, yeah, it's the same. I thought I would have waited for these ones a little bit too long for actually this. They have not been lit. So yeah, what I have to do here is get copper and everything like that. I'm not going to do that on video though, because that's very easy. So I do the same thing here mostly like I've done before. You put copper inside of your offhand, pickaxe in the other hand, and then just go one row, and fill everything in and send it back and everything like that. But we're going to continue on, because here I noticed last episode, or I think it was last episode at least, where we made the actual tree farm, that I didn't show the actual entrance. It was part of, have been part of the video, but I totally forgot it. So here we have, we just went through, I extended just the staircase going down here, and then we have a little bit of a roundabout, and then going down here to a similar platform. And then the outside right now is, of course, I haven't done anything on the wall, so it looks very bland, but I have this deep slate sort of thing around here to mark it out. And then we have all of the trees inside of here, and I just recently actually planted these, but it seems like many of them have grown in the time that I have been playing, so I need to get down here and actually get those things inside. One change that I also had to do, and what I noticed, and I think I am going to change in some future episode of some sort, we'll have to see how that works, but I noticed that when I was harvesting one of my first 3 batches here, I did get a lot of items, and I mean a lot of it. It's not just the logs. I also get some saplings, I get some leaves, because I dig out some of them, so I get the leaf blocks. We get a lot of sticks, we get everything like that, and from some of the trees we also get apples. And all of that clogs up this whole system. So after a while, when I was on I think the second to the last row or something, it had clogged up all of the hoppers that was filled with stuff. So I decided to go for maybe building up this roundabout, so we get a little bit more of storage space. Right now I have these barrels here that I do when I feel like I've come halfway on the trees, 3 rows in or something like that. I go down here and sort out a little bit of the stuff in these different barrels, so I can just put them into shulker boxes later on. But I want to continue on with the chopping trees and everything like that. So yeah, that's what we have over here. And we're still going to go back up, and I just want to show one last piece that I have put in just right now, actually just before I started recording this video. So we're going to go through the garden, and we're going to go this way. I can go both around both ways, but yeah. And then we have to go a little bit further back. It takes a little while. And then we have around here an entrance with some ominous shulker or scout blocks. And here we have an entrance way, and you are probably already knowing what, given the clues. But I recently found an ancient city down just below our whole area, or around under the base. So I decided that I went for getting the best coordinates down here. I was just digging around and finding tunnels that led here, but then I found out that it was pretty close by to our base area. So I decided to make this entranceway, and then I want to do something down here. This is going to be a nice project for future episodes, maybe after the New Year's or something like that. And I haven't explored yet. I am hoping that I maybe can get some armor trims down here. I don't know if I have sort of preempted or something like that. I haven't raided this, that I know, because it would have seen a lot more wool colors and everything like that around here. So it's a very dangerous place, and I want to build something down here later on. But right now I need to explore it. Not in this episode though. We'll see if this is going to be another one of those behind the scenes stuff, or if I want to, I maybe will do something with having this whole ancient city here and exploring it on camera. But with that, and it's a little bit dark, so I'm going to light it up so you guys can see me. With that, I hope you enjoy this a little bit of a talky episode and maybe seeing a little bit of what I have around the scenes and everything like that. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving a like, maybe even comment on the episode, tell me what you liked about it. We'll see each other in the next episode. Goodbye.